Here's something I've noticed. Calling and talking with families who are staring down a short sale or a foreclosure right now. Almost every single one of them bought their house in 2020 or later. Almost nobody before that. And once you understand why, you understand exactly where this market is heading. I am Ron Siegel, Certified Liability Advisor, helping realtors guide their clients to build wealth through strategic debt management. Strategy beats rate always. Let me show you what the numbers are actually saying right now. Think about it. If you bought your home before 2020, you almost certainly have equity today. You're not selling at a loss. You're not doing a short sale. You already rode the wave up. But look at the people selling for less than they paid. In 2020, that was only 1.8% of sellers. Small number, makes sense. In 2021, it climbed to 4.9%. And then the big one, in 2022 and 2023, a whopping 18.8% of sellers listed their house for less than they bought it for. Almost 1 in 5 writing a check just to get out from under it. Now here's the good news. That number is coming back down. It dropped to 14.1%, and this year in 2026, we are down to 11.8%. Better, but still more than 1 in 9 sellers taking it on the chin. So what does that tell you? It tells you this is not the moment to panic sell into low tide. The St. Louis Federal Reserve home price numbers going back 16 years go up and up, and they go up steep. Do not sell during one of the dips in the flow. Wait until we get back to the high tide. Stick with that house another 2 years. Let us get through this mess and things are going to look decidedly better. Sellers beware. The housing bidding war is over. And here's the part that matters most. Today, an overpriced home does not just sit there. It goes stale, it loses its edge, and it sells for less than it would have if it had been priced right from the very start. That comes from Realtor.com, and here's the proof. Homes that closed at the 4-week mark sold for 1.8% more than asking. The ones still sitting after 18 weeks ended up selling for 1.3% under asking. That's a 3% swing. On a $645,000 house, that 3% is more than $19,000 left on the table. Some agents are still stuck in yesterday. They walk in thinking they're doing their job by listing at the highest possible price. In a lot of markets, that dog does not hunt. What actually happens is a disservice to the very seller they're trying to help. You want to know what works? List it lower. List it lower than what Zillow says. List it lower than what your seller thinks it's worth. Start it low, let the buyers come, and let them bid it up. I have worked with bidding strategies right alongside real estate agents, and it's amazing how much interest it creates. More buyers, more offers, more opportunity. Now, this matters even more here in our area. In California, our prices are roughly double the national average. So picture a buyer in the $750,000 to $2 million range. That is just about everybody in this state. Those buyers may actually have the most negotiating power right now because the homes in those price points are selling the furthest below asking. So let me ask you this. Are you asking for concessions? A pain point right now is interest rates. They're fantastic compared to where they've been, but stay with me. If a seller is leaving $19,000 on the table anyway, do you know what that money could do if you steered it toward a rate instead? It could buy down that rate down close to a full percentage point. And remember, this is a permanent life of the loan buy down, not a temporary 1 or 2 year gimmick. If you're leaving $19,000 on the table anyway, do you know what that does to your buyer's rate? It could buy that rate down close to a full percentage point for the life of the loan. You heard me right. I said it twice. So if everyone else is selling 6s today, how would you like to be the one realtor and lender team selling 5s? You can do exactly that with the money already being left on most of these transactions. And if you not believe me, if you not believe my prediction, I get it. So look at the real estate stocks. Everyone is excited about the stock market right now. You know who's not doing great? Real estate. If you put $1,000 into Zillow stock back in June of 2021, it's worth about $294 today. That's a 70% loss. That is not a real estate recovery. That's the market telling you the truth. One more thing, and this should make every one of us pause. Right now, there's about $135,000 of bureaucratic red tape baked into building a new house. $135,000 that does not go toward a single board or nail. The National Association of Home Builders found regulatory costs jumped almost 40% in the last 5 years. That is now 26.4% of the cost of a new home. Over a quarter on the average new home, that is more than $131,000 in pure regulatory cost absorbed by the buyer, the very person who already cannot afford the house. So whether you are a realtor having that hard pricing conversation or a family trying to figure out your next move, the answer is the same. Strategy beats rate always. Start with a plan. I offer a tool called Key Steps that helps you get your credit, your budget, and your assets organized before you ever make a move. Go to rsrlinks.com/keysteps. That's rsrlinks.com/keysteps. It is free and is the first step toward making the right move instead of a desperate one. I am Ron Siegel, your certified liability advisor, helping families build wealth through strategic debt management. And thanks for listening to the Real Time Real Estate segment.